So, good afternoon, everyone. Hello, Class 2020. It's wonderful to see you all today. Before we kick off, just some basic housekeeping, although telling you guys how to use Zoom is probably pointless. You'll know it lots better than us. But can we ask you to leave your cameras on, but to go on mute unless you're invited to speak. And that goes for the people that are joining us today as well. You probably want to view this in either speaker view or gallery view, just so you can get the most value out of your speakers. We're streaming on Facebook at the moment for perhaps those friends and families that can't join us. And I think that address was sent out yesterday, but it should also be in the chat box. Speaking about the chat box, we won't be monitoring or using that today. So if you've got any questions or comments, please share them with us afterwards. And also today is being recorded. So we're dealing with the vagaries of home internet. So please bear with us if there are any technical hitches along the way. But this is being recorded and we will make sure to share with everyone after that. Okay, so that's the housekeeping. Let me just officially welcome Class 2020 again to your celebration. We're obviously sad not to be seeing you in person, but it's really great to see so many of you being able to join together today to celebrate this amazing milestone. Over the next 30 to 40 minutes, we'll be joined by a number of speakers who want to share their good wishes and to celebrate with you. We'll be joined by, if we go through to the agenda, as you'll see today, we'll be joined by Xavier Duran, who, as your Director of MBAs, knows just how hard you work. We'll then be joined by Siobhan, an alumni of Class 2008, who will share her thoughts on where an MBA can take you. We'll then be joined by somebody we all know and love, Leah, as your class president, who will perhaps help you look back over the last 18 months. And then finally, we've got some good news to share at the end and just a little bit of a more informal celebration. Okay, so with that being said, before we go any further, Dame Nancy Rothwell is going to share a message with you and with everyone as she recognises what completing your degree means to you, your families, and also everyone here at AMBS that's had the honour to support you on your journey. Over to Nancy.
Hello, it's my great pleasure to welcome you to this virtual graduation celebration today. This is a time when we celebrate all your achievements, albeit in quite unusual circumstances. It's certainly a first for me as a way
Okay, I think that might be our first technical glitch, people. Should we try and load that again? I may have to pretend to be Nancy. You know what's lovely is I've just gone into gallery view and you're all giggling at this, so thank you so much for that. I'm dying inside, but thank you. Okay, let's see.
Your accomplishments. Thank you to all graduates whose magnificent achievements and hard work we're celebrating today. Not just your achievements over the last few months in these unprecedented times, but over the whole of your time with us at the university. I'm delighted you've been able to join or able to celebrate wherever you are with your family and friends. I'd like to thank them all for the support and encouragement they've given to you during your studies, which has been so important to your successes. When you decided to study at the University of Manchester, you chose to make a major investment in your future, an investment that began to pay dividends almost as soon as you arrived. During the course of your studies, you will have gained the skills and knowledge to help you find success in future years. And more recently, you've proved even greater ability with your resilience and versatility in the face of a global transformation of our everyday lives and learning. Although you may be glad to see the back of assignments for now, the planning, research and writing skills you deployed and nurtured will be of great value in the world of work, or perhaps during further study. The way you've balanced commitment to academic life with other interests and the many competing distractions this great city of Manchester offers will help you find a work-life balance as your career and your future unfolds. And of course, we must not forget the strong supportive friendships and relationships you've forged here, which I hope will sustain for many years to come. Put simply, your achievement in completing your degree cannot be overestimated for its value and the strong platform it gives you to build your career and achieve your goals. Manchester is already one of the finest universities in Europe, and we're determined to become one of the very best in the world. With around 170 nationalities on campus, the University of Manchester is already a truly global institution, and one which will remain so, valuing its European and international staff, students, and alumni. So, armed with your academic success, your skills, and your breadth of experience, there is every reason to be positive about the future. Your job prospects, having studied here, are enviable because employers all around the world recognise the value of the award you gained this summer. Obtaining your degree is a hugely important milestone, and you should celebrate your success. Though it might not be in quite the way you had envisaged, it's still a remarkable achievement. But this is the beginning of the journey and your association with Manchester, not the end. The return on your investment continues way beyond today. Our careers service continues to offer you help and support for 2 years, and you can continue to make good use of our world-class libraries. The Alumni Association will help you to remain in contact with the university, linking you with a community of more than 500,000 Manchester graduates living and working across the globe. So we sincerely hope today will not be your last contact with the university. And remember that our doors are always open to you. Can I wish you every success in your future careers and every happiness in your future lives. Do come back and see us when you can. Thank you.
Wonderful. So after those words from Nancy, and I did like it when she said stay in touch, as if we'd let any of you escape from us. Now I'd like to welcome Xavier to come and speak to the podium. Without stealing any of his speech, I think yours is the first full-time class that Xavier's really got to know well, and he, like all of us, are proud to be with you today. So Xavier.
Thanks, Fran, and indeed, hello everybody, and a warm welcome to you all to this virtual celebration. This is certainly not the way we envisaged we would be celebrating the completion of your MBA, but I'm sure we will be able to celebrate it properly and in person sometime soon. Nonetheless, we wanted to mark the completion of such amazing achievement with all of you around the time when you would have attended your graduation ceremony here in Manchester. Despite the strange times we're currently living in, no pandemic can minimize the huge accomplishment that completing the MBA represents or rob any of you from the future opportunities that this qualification will afford you. As you recently completed your studies, I'm sure you felt a range of mixed and sometimes confusing emotions. I'm sure you're happy to have completed such a challenging program or to see the back of us. But you may feel sad to leave such a stimulating environment and new friendships behind too. You may leave, or you might be very excited, feel ready to start a new chapter in your professional life. But you may feel equally apprehensive about facing an uncertain future. You're rightfully feeling proud about adding 3 new letters to your name, whilst perhaps feeling an itch to start studying something new. We at Alliance Manchester Business School and in the MBA teams certainly share many of these emotions. We're incredibly happy about your accomplishments, but we're equally sad to see you go. You have made us proud over the last 18 months with your performance in consultancy projects, in internships, and in competitions. We have read many outstanding essays from you. We have heard from project clients who told us that your work exceeded their expectations. We have had fun listening to your Manchester Matters presentations. We have sometimes squabbled, but we have also respected each other. We have laughed, but we have also commiserated together. We do take pride in seeing how your time with us has shaped and transformed you. And we quietly punched the air in our offices or phoned each other. So I'm sure Fran and Chris Garnett are actually really tired of connecting with each other, as we actually heard about the amazing job offers that you received or the competitions that you were actually winning throughout. You have made us proud through your accomplishments. Your class took part in a vast range of competitions, including the AMBS case competition with the first ever all-female winning team. But your class also had a team finish runner-up at the Johnson & Johnson competition, whilst 2 other groups finished first and second at the Warwick case study competition. Your VCIC team finished second at the European final, our highest placed finish for several years. And we were also successfully represented by you at the Invest for Impact competition at the University of North Carolina in the US. Over 90% of your class secured an internship. And despite the very challenging circumstances when you completed the program, we have seen some outstanding results with graduates joining the likes of Amazon, Greensill, I'm looking at you, Leah, Deloitte, Citi, Google, Tesco, Eli Lilly, or Over Energy, just to name a few, in countries all over the world. This really is testament to your hard work, commitment, and engagement with PCS. We would like to hear how your journey to success continues into the future, and hope that you can also remember that even if only in small part, we contributed to this journey too. An MBA from Manchester has provided you with an understanding of how organizations work, the context in which they operate, and how we manage and how we lead within them. Many of you may probably remember elective trips to China, Hong Kong, Singapore, Dubai, to Sao Paulo, or to Tokyo. Perhaps, on the latter, you may remember getting stuck in a hotel room in Tokyo, waiting for a typhoon to pass. Perhaps you remember your IB trips, MBAT, or your exchange. Perhaps you will remember the long nights finishing up project deliverables in dark syndicate rooms at AMBS. Or perhaps you will remember RES strategy and competition energy. I'm sure nonetheless, you will all remember the networks you have created during your studies and the many new friends you have actually made for life. Also, and really importantly, we hope we have successfully given you the tools to build the confidence to seize the opportunities that an uncertain future can bring. You have all worked hard for this degree, and you fully deserve the many benefits and opportunities that this hard work and a Manchester MBA is likely to bring to all of you. However, the completion of an MBA comes with some responsibilities. Firstly, you owe the responsibility to make the most out of the investment you have made in obtaining this MBA to yourselves. Remember all those ambitions, dreams, aspirations that led to your decision to doing an MBA. These may well have changed significantly during your MBA journey, but I really hope that the enthusiasm and the drive which prompted your decision in the first place has not diminished. Your studies may have finished, but the opportunities arising from the transformation process you engaged with and from the qualification you obtained have just begun. It is your responsibility to keep actively seeking these new opportunities out and making the most out of them. Remember also those who were directly affected by your long hours of study or by your decision to doing an MBA. Families and friends have indeed also made a huge investment in your MBA, and it is your responsibility to make it up to them now. Thirdly, you also have a responsibility to give back to society. You have worked very hard to get to this point and fully deserve to be rewarded with your efforts. However, your hard work is only a necessary condition, not a sufficient one. You have been fortunate to live in a context that has been conducive to facilitating access to this program, either because you had a good public education, perhaps lived in a stable environment, had the income to afford it, or simply because you had a job. Being part of society has given you opportunities that most of us would have not had just 100 years ago, and indeed that most people still don't have today. Many people have also contributed to giving you opportunities throughout your MBA journey, from scholarship donors or project clients to mentors and employers. They have all contributed to your success. It is therefore your responsibility to help others in society gain the opportunities you had, either through selfless and active support or through helping create a better world and a better environment. Finally, a big thanks to the Student Council for your amazing work throughout the MBA studies and for such a smooth handover with the new class. And I would like to thank you all in the class of 2020 for the trust you placed on us by choosing the Manchester MBA over the many other MBAs that are on offer all over the world. I hope you had a good experience with us. And I hope that you can continue on a lifelong learning journey to keep unlocking your full potential, to improve the lives of those you engage with, and to help the wider society. Please keep in touch to share your journey with us. And indeed, we all wish you from Alliance Manchester Business School an amazing future. Thank you.
Xavier, thank you. I forgot to bring my tissues, so you're going to see me in tears at some point during this, but that was lovely, those words. I'd now like to welcome someone to the floor who is a great friend of the school, Siobhan Clark, an alum from 2008. Siobhan left the programme to work for Cisco and spent around 8 years working in fantastic locations on amazing technology I could never understand. Using the experience, she then went into the world of tech startups, working with companies to help them build their profile and raise funding. Most recently, she's moved to BP, where as an operating partner of their Launchpad initiative, she helps businesses deliver affordable and reliable energy. All that, and she's a great friend to our school and to this MBA. Siobhan.
Hey everyone. It's like, I almost want to kind of do the speech that goes, dear graduates, alumni, and distinguished guests, because it really does kind of feel like one of those moments, right? It's the congratulations, you know, today is a great day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. And so it's almost like right at the top, it's really congratulations to the graduating class. This truly is a great day. Or rather kind of more of a welcome to the next step, the next level of your alumni journey. So what that really means, like life after the MBA, and Xavier's kind of talked through it there a little bit, life after that endless group work. Yeah, Joanne never shows up every time. There's always somebody who never shows up, so no offense if there is a graduate here called Joanne that wasn't particularly kind of called out for you, but there's always somebody who never shows up. There's always some weighted average cost of capital and some complicated equations to solve. The internships, the MBA project, the beautiful bar, the coffee shop, the fights, the makeups, the nights out, the cultural events, and many more hidden secrets that I know you will forever kind of take in your heart. Now, of course, life post-MBA is so different. After all, you're never going to have to deal with endless group work. Somebody else who's probably called Joe never shows up on those kind of meetings. Financials, nights out, fights, pushing through for what you believe in. Connecting and building relationships with completely new people from all over the globe, from all over those connections that you've kind of brought into. And I know this because 18 months ago, a lifetime ago, a journey that you had, you all came to Manchester, as Nancy said, to achieve something, to unlock some kind of potential in yourself and become more than what you began with, to learn, to acquire knowledge, to build connections in new industries that are completely different to what you started with. And I fully suspect that a number of you have failed and gained in multiple cycles. And I can see everyone here virtually is thinking what that really means for you and what that means for your journey ahead. After all, I was you 12 years ago with no fixed post-MBA job. That was what I ended with in my graduation. And in some ways, still no idea 12 years later about what I really want to do. What I do know, though, is that I followed my instinct. I followed my desire to learn, a driving need for new experiences, for new places, for people that took me from big tech with Cisco to startups and venture capital to creating an entire energy future for us all now at BP. That journey took me from London to Singapore to San Francisco to back to London, and countries where I've lived with joy and embraced all of the weirdness that life has to offer. And trust me, there's a lot of weirdness in every nook and cranny around the world. Throughout all of that, I've remained connected, grounded by the MBA, grounded by that need to want to work with incredibly smart people who are passionate about what they do, who drive to understand through data and insights, and who have the humility and empathy to engage on a human level. That's you. You are my people now. You've unlocked the next level of the game, and we are in this together because you see, the world needs your fight. You're not letting go, your friendships, your late nights, your cultural events, your desire to find Joanne or Joe or whoever and ensure that they are included in those meetings. And yet there's more, because you know there always is. And for those of you that maybe recognize the opening remarks, will recognize a children's poem from a very famous author, a Dr. Seuss, that has always been incredibly close to my heart. Because he writes with a joy that expresses this sheer enthusiasm for life, and yet recognizes that there will be moments of slump where you'll reach an unpleasant bump. He shares the path through streets that are not marked, and where you'll get so confused and grind on for miles through cross weirdish wild space. Because life is hard. Life and careers are not one journey to the left of the bar chart. They're messy and really kind of mixed up. So over 12 years of a post-MBA career that spanned 3 countries, 8 roles, 4 industries, I've had that stare into space. I've cried and consumed chocolate and noodles and gin, and some of that in equal measures and some more than others, not knowing if I should turn left or right. And yet at each and every turn and each and every staring into space, I picked up the phone to my buddies on the MBA. Those buddies that made it through the endless group work, the late night bars, the cultural events. And I said, help, I don't know what to do. You've been through this experience with me. Help me to understand myself. Every single time they were there for me. Those people that are sitting virtually to your left and your right will be the ones that help you decide what is your left and what is your right 2 years, 3 months, and 4 days from now. They are your people. They are your connections. We are your connections now. And how do I know all of this? How do I know that you will succeed? Because I do. It's 98.75% guaranteed. You'll move mountains. So if your name is Joanne or Alvaro or Leah or Zan or Ken, you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So go on your way. That's my finishing line then. Everybody has to go look up their phone.
Siobhan, that was wonderful, thank you. And I think it just echoes that our family continues to grow and grow stronger, and we're proud to have people like you in it and everyone on this call. Okay, I definitely am going to cry, so before I do, I will introduce the next speaker, who is someone we all know and love, Leah. As president of 2020, Leah and her council colleagues worked tirelessly to support your class and the wider programme, even taking us onto Sky News. Our team all loved working with you, and we're very much looking forward to hearing your reflections today, Leah. Thank you.
Thank you, Fran. So first of all, hello everyone from afar, and hi to all the friends and family watching on Facebook. Wish everybody could be in person right now, but I'm glad we're getting this chance to celebrate our achievement anyway. So when I was thinking about this speech, I looked back at my hustings speech, what I can talk to you guys about, what I wanted to do potentially as your president. And I talked a lot about my 2020 vision, which was corny, but I do have to say, graduating during a global pandemic was not in that vision. So it's definitely been a challenge for us to face. But also in that speech, and kind of the cornerstone of it was, I talked about my goal to foster a culture of collaboration among our class. And despite this massive disruption here at the end, I think we succeeded in that. I know that if needed, I could call on any member of our class and he would be there for me. And the teamwork is the cornerstone of the MBA program itself. I think we've really embodied it beyond the academic requirements, from those amazing competition teams that Xavier mentioned, to the kind of self-formed study groups that help us all pass accounting, to groups going on holidays, or just out to bunnies or schloss or revs. And then most of all, to the ad hoc committees that formed of all these great volunteers to help us on the council With all the events and initiatives that we did, we really couldn't have done it without you guys. It was far from just the council making that happen for the class. So this class, I would say, is not just my network. We're here to network and meet people, but you guys have really become my extended family, and I hope that you all feel the same. So in the tough times that we're in right now, I hope you all remember that your class is here for you. I know you've all developed incredible resilience, the personal resilience, as you face the challenges of this program. Starting on day one, we were thrown into NFP, but also know that you have 113 people cheering for you, 113 friends who are there to support you and help make your dreams a reality, whatever they are. So this ceremony marks a bittersweet moment. It's a celebration, but it also means this transformational life experience is coming to an end. However, I hope we all continue to be lifelong learners, and most importantly, keep these connections we've made strong as we all move into the next phase of our life. So in closing, I just wanted to say it is an absolute honor to be selected by you as your president, to represent you, to work with you, but most of all, to get to know you and learn from you all. So in short, I love you guys, and I'm so proud to be a part of the class of 2020.
Leah, thank you. That was wonderful. Okay, guys, so we're now moving. I was going to say the less formal part, but I don't think we've kept formalities going particularly well as a group, and I'm pleased about that. But now into the less formal part of the celebration today. So first, I have the pleasure of announcing this year's Student Awards. Whilst you all worked incredibly hard this year, I'm afraid we weren't able to make an award for the best MBA stage student. We've actually had to award 2. So with that, can I congratulate Chris Clark and Phil Turnock? It was really impossible to differentiate between your academic marks and the MBA stage. And by sharing this award, I think it reflects the support and encouragement you gave each other and those that worked with you. So well done, guys. Now, the second award, I should give you a second to reflect in your glory, but the second award is for the best IB project. In selecting this group, the project team said, this group worked for an international client whose mission was to bring cities to life through transport. Not only did they receive the highest aggregated mark, but they were regarded as a trusted advisor by their client, with the team's recommendations being taken forward and implemented by them. The team was determined and savvy and worked as if they'd been working together for years. So I'd like to congratulate, drum roll please, Ascendal. Well done, you guys. Really, again, I know from the project team it was a hard choice. They looked at the marks, but they also looked at the way you worked together as a team, and both your clients and your supervisor was so blown away by your performance, so well done. Okay, well done to all of you, and I know these achievements were reflected across the class. So there are only 2 things now left to complete today's ceremony. We will leave you with a video at the end that really does celebrate your time with us, and hopefully shares once again how proud you should be of yourself and of each other. But before that, can I ask you all to come off mute and to go into the gallery view as we attempt to take this year's rather unique graduation photo. So I'm going to hand over, is it Paul or Michelle's going to attempt this? So
Michelle, I'll be
that as well. Okay, guys.
Bear with me.
Should we be in mute or not?
You can unmute because I want you all to say cheese at some point. Okay? How about graduate?
I'm going to have to say it more than once as well because I've got 5 pages of you. So,
okay.
Kyle.
So we're going to have some staff in there as well. So over the years, you can play Where's Wally with the staff. But everyone, if we can all say, graduate.
Graduate.
Wonderful. We might need to close it. Oh, it's wonderful to see you all. Thank you.
Hold your horses. I need to take some more.
Okay, another one.
Another one, please.
Okay. How about raising a woo? Woo! From everyone. Woo! See some people with drinks. Are we there yet?
Another one, please.
And we've got one more. And I can say if I have to do the photoshopping. Mr. Duffin, I can see you down there looking beautifully smart.
What did I do?
Okay, and the final one. Class 20. Oh, Alex.
20.
Uh-oh.
Wonderful.
Cheers.
Okay, we can all go back on mute now.
Hey.
Okay, so let's mute everyone just to finish off today. Welcome our youngest member of the class who can stay on.
Awesome, is it?
Oh, okay, guys. So, it's gone mad. Gone absolutely mad. Okay, we all back on mute now. It's been an absolute pleasure just celebrating today with you. As I said at the start, we are, I think the technical term is gutted that we can't see you in person. But please do take some time today to reflect on your achievements and the journey you've had. We will see you back in Manchester very soon, I'm sure. And if not, we'll travel around the globe to pin you down. You will not escape us. We're all very proud of you. And we're just going to finish today with a short video that hopefully reflects the time you had during your journey and also how proud we are of you all. I'll see you all very soon. Much love. Bye-bye. Congratulations, class 2020. Goodbye.